Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sheol Akinloton. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before we get started, I would encourage you to like this video, subscribe, press that notification bell so you'll be the first to hear about my new uploads, and also remember to share with your friends so they can benefit as well. Today, I would like to talk to you about how to land the job you desire. Sometimes you find yourself in the job market and you don't really know how to get certain type of jobs, but guess what? There's always a way if you're determined to find that way. So I'm going to share some strategies with you. I remember many years ago, I was in the job market myself, especially as an immigrant, and I needed to emphasize this fact because as an immigrant, you don't really get the job you desire, or that is the norm. People believe that you cannot get the job you desire. People believe that you have to get some type of odd jobs first, and then maybe later on, maybe, just maybe, it's not a guarantee, but I am here telling you that you can actually get the type of job you desire. You just have to take some steps, which I'll be sharing with you today. Number one thing, I would definitely say that anything that you want to achieve in life, any step you want to take, the first thing is that you have to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is an inside job, because if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you can achieve certain things, you definitely won't achieve it. So it starts from the inside. You have to talk to yourself. You have to see yourself that, okay, I am capable of doing this. If other people can do it, then I can do it. Believing in yourself will help you to take that step to get on that website to put in that job application. Believing in yourself will help you to show up for that interview. Believing in yourself would help you to put up a great performance at that interview. So I would say that if you want to truly get the job you desire, you should believe in yourself. When I found myself in the job market years ago, I remember each time I met someone and they ask me, oh, what type of job are you looking for? And then I tell them, they look at me like I'm weird, like I'm dreaming too much. There was actually a particular lady that laughed hilariously when she heard that I was looking for an office job. She simply told me it was impossible for me as an immigrant to get an office job, because the norm is if you have a degree outside the United States, then it's hard or harder to get a job. But I was determined that I was going to get that job. The type of job I was looking for, I wanted an office job. I wanted a job that would afford me the opportunity to leave the house in the morning and come back home right after school. Right after school, I wanted to be there for my kids, and for me, that was a priority. At that time, I wanted to be there for my kids. I didn't want to be the type of mom that left home all night and then come back in the morning. I wanted to work during the day, and that was what I desired, and I believed that I could get it. So that's what I did. Then the next thing is, after you believe in yourself, it's not enough to believe. The next thing is to take action. And what are the types of action you could actually take? You need to apply to the job. Sometimes you read some job description and you're like, am I really qualified for this? Can I really do this? First, of course, I don't want you to apply to a job that you are not qualified for. So you want to make sure that you are reading the job description and you are applying for jobs that you are qualified for. Now, there might be some things in the job description that maybe you've not really polished your skills, or, it might be something that you're still learning. Be willing to learn. Be willing to learn. Don't let that stop you from applying. Put in your job application, and between the time that you put in that job application up until the point that you're called for an interview, you can use that time to prepare. Now, if you find something that is written in that job application that maybe you're not so good at, but that skill or that particular thing would help you to excel in that job, you want to make sure that you're studying up on it, you're practicing, and you're learning at the same time. A lot of employers like to put acronyms in their job description. If you don't know for sure what that acronym means, you need to be researching that acronym before you put in your job application. And then sometimes some employers would ask you to write an essay. You want to write an essay that is tailored to the vision of that company. And how do you know the vision of that company? You visit their website. I cannot say this enough. You need to visit the website of the employer. It doesn't really look good on you if you apply to a job and you didn't visit the website. You don't know what their vision is. You don't know what their mission is. You don't know how many countries they exist in. You don't know their location. You don't really know anything about them. Those are the basic things that help you to stand out. A lot of people don't pay attention to those details, but you, as a diligent person, if you pay attention to those details, it will help you shine during the interview. Now you've put in your application. The next step is to wait for maybe an acknowledgement or an interview letter or email or a phone call, whatever it is for that company, depending on their policy. You need to wait to get interviewed. I'll also tell you that sometimes, depending on the type of employer, and depending on the number of applications that were received, you might need to actually place that phone call yourself. If you don't hear back from them, let's say 1 week, 2 weeks, place a phone call to the human resources. Look for their email, send out an email and politely say, I applied for this job. I believe I'm qualified. I'm wondering when the interview will be scheduled. Sometimes you have to be proactive. You can't always sit back and expect that things will happen for you or to you. So you need to be proactive. Now, if the employer decides to interview you, they would usually send you a letter. Some would even ask you what date works for you. Pick the dates that works for you. Don't be forceful. Don't pick the first date that is available. You don't necessarily have to pick the first date. Pick the dates that works for you, that is convenient for you, the dates that would allow you to prepare for your interview. Of course, you want to show up on your interview day. You don't want to be that type of person that doesn't show up on the interview day. You want to show up. Pick a date that works for you. Now, once the date has been picked, once you've chosen a date and it's set in stone, the next thing you need to do is to research and practice. I'm going to explain that in a minute. Research and practice. So research is, you want to research about that job title, the job title and the job description. Read page to page, period to period, dot to dot. Read and research. Be thoroughly prepared. Now, practice means that you can look for questions online. Of course, you don't know the questions your employer will be asking you, but you can go online, research that job title, and look for plausible or possible questions that can be asked. You can come up with your own questions. Most interviews have standard questions that they ask their interviewees, and all this information is online. There's a website called glassdoor.com. You can visit that website. You can type your job title or the type of job you're looking for, and you'll see sample questions. There are tons of resources online that are available to you, so that by the interview date you are prepared. Now, when you come up with those questions, when you draft those questions for yourself, be sure that you are writing out your responses, your desired responses, or the responses you plan to give on that day. Practice your introduction. Practice how you want to respond to questions. There was a strategy that was shared by one of the guests that I had during my the Power Woman series. The name of the guest is Oyin Ayobi Ojo, and she had shared a STAR strategy. She called it STAR, STAR. It's a strategy that you use when you are responding to questions during an interview, and the S stands for situation. You describe the situation, you describe the task, action that you took, and the results that you got from that situation. So if you are practicing your interview responses, make sure that you are using the STAR strategy to respond to questions that are being asked of you by the interviewers. Also, if there's anything that is not so clear to you, maybe you don't understand questions, sometimes there can be accent barriers. I remember my first interview. I didn't hear some words that they were even saying. It was a struggle. So I had to tell them to repeat. Don't be afraid to, speak slowly so that they can understand you. And then if you don't understand a particular question, please ask your interviewers to repeat the question. Of course, you want to ask politely, you want to ask respectfully, and then when you are responding to the questions, talk slowly and present your case. When you talk slowly, you gain confidence, you gain clarity, and you take control, you take charge of that situation, and that speaks volume. It speaks volume. They can see it. And then because you've done prior research, it helps you to shine brighter in that room. It helps you to shine brighter. Once you're done with your interview, when you get home in the next few days after that interview, you want to send a thank you note. Send a thank you note to your interviewers, thanking them for the opportunity to be interviewed, that you're looking forward to serving at that corporation and adding value, bringing value to the table. All your responses should be tailored towards how you are going to help them achieve their vision and mission. Remember, it's not about you. It's about what you're bringing to the table to add value to that organization. And above all, and at all stages, remember to pray. Prayer is that winning edge. When it comes to qualifications, a lot of people are qualified the same way you are. In fact, some are even more qualified than you are. So prayer is that winning edge. It is that thing that you do extra that sets you apart from the crowd. When you pray, great things happen. But I would say that prayer does not replace hard work. You have to put in the work, and you also have to pray. When you pray, things happen, miracles happen, doors open. You won't just be able to explain it, and people won't be able to explain why you're preferred. I remember when I went for my own interview years ago, they told me that they were going to get back to me after 2 weeks, and on the first day of the second week, I called them and I wanted to know if I got the job. I couldn't wait for them to call me, and I remember the human resources officer told me that they were still deliberating on my case, and I kept on calling. Persistence works. Sometimes when you don't hear back from the interview you did, it's okay to call. Just ask them, when should I expect to hear back from you? Wait until that day, and then you call them, give them a call, or you can send an email. It's a good thing to ask, and nothing would happen if you ask. The worst that will happen is they would say no, or they would say that, oh, we chose someone else. And once someone tells you that they chose someone else, keep on trying. Look for other opportunities. There are always opportunities coming up. Don't feel stuck. Don't feel like, oh my God, because I didn't get this, then I'm going to give up. No, you have to keep trying. You have to keep pushing. And sometimes you might have to take up a job that you don't really desire, to show your skills and to gain that experience, so that your resume looks better, and then you can find other open doors in that process. So be sure that you're doing your own part, work hard, be diligent, pray, and surely you will land the job that you truly desire. You will land the job that you deserve, and your dreams will definitely come true. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned one or two things. If you have a job and you would like to share your story about how you landed the job, please leave me a comment. If you have any questions about how to land the job you desire, leave me a comment. Also, remember to share this video. Remember to like, remember to share, remember to subscribe to my channel, and also remember to press that notification bell so you'll be the first to hear about my new uploads. Until next time, be exceptional, be intentional, and be on point. Thank you.